We talk about hockey more. Let's get into our predictions.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll start. What division you want to start with? I was thinking Central.
I like that. Central.
So do you want to go what? 8-8, 7-7, 6-6, 5-5, all the way up, or do you want to tell?
You did like 8-1.
Yeah.
Oh,
What'd you do?
I just did the playoff teams.
Oh, bruh.
I thought you
did
meant
the
like
whole thing.
Oh shit.
Okay, maybe we'll take a quick break. We'll let the cameras cool down.
Yeah.
And then we'll jump back into it. Sweet. We're back.
Chuck.
NHL predictions for the 2024-2025 season. Took a quick camera break, but we're back.
You want to do like I'll say my 8, you say your 8, and then we just keep going up, or how do you want to do it? It's for the real hockey OGs out there.
Yeah.
The
all
real
NHL fans,
G's.
if you're not a hockey fan, feel free to skip this part, but
No, don't skip this part. We need viewership. You got the best guy on the podcast for a reason on here.
CJT, you can't miss his content.
CP's views were down, so they called me from I was going to say my location, but they called me from a certain spot and told me to pull up, so here we are.
So let's start with the Central. Yeah, okay. Let's start with the Central.
I would say
you go 8-1, and then I'll give my 8-1, and then I'll give my 8-1 first for the next.
I would say for me, this is the easiest division.
Okay.
By 1,000%. Like, not skill-wise, I just mean to pick from.
Yeah.
8, pretty obvious for me. I have Chicago.
I have Chicago, too.
They're just fucking terrible. They got some good draft picks. They have Bedard, but they're awful.
Well, we'll go one by one. I'll say mine, you'll say yours. So, okay. Yeah, you go.
Number 7, I have Utah.
Utah,
the newest team in the league. I think they got Sergachev, and they got I forget the other guy they got, but I don't know. I can't see them being better than any other 6 teams that I have on here.
For me at 7, I have St. Louis.
Okay, nice.
I do think St. Louis is going to fall off this season. I don't think they did enough at the deadline, or at the free agency. And last year they, once again, not a lot going on in St. Louis, so
just lost Berube was their coach. I guess Toronto just caught him.
Exactly. I don't know. They seem kind of irrelevant right now in the league.
Number 6, I actually have St. Louis.
There you go.
Honestly, if you ever watched a St. Louis game, no enjoyment at all. Honestly, they fucking suck.
Maybe a few years ago they were.
My dad actually met the lead trainer on St. Louis. He's actually a beauty. Not gonna lie, so shout out to that guy.
Yeah, sorry, your team sucks.
Yeah, your team is fucking terrible, but you're a beauty.
Number 6 for me, I got Minnesota Wild.
Okay, nice.
Another team, I like Kaprizov, but they're just kind of irrelevant. They don't really got much going on.
Especially with Fleury back in there too.
Yeah.
Still have him at 6. Fair. Number 5, I have the Jets.
Jets at 5. Same here.
I think Hellebuck is good. Don't get me wrong, but they just lost. Like, honestly, I was talking to a guy in construction. What the fuck is there to do in Winnipeg?
Good point.
Winnipeg. Let me just make sure my mic's on. Winnipeg might be one of the most just plain cities. The people there are beauties, but like, it's like Orangeville as a province. There's absolutely nothing to do here. So that's my number 5.
I got Jets at 5 too. Number 4.
Reasoning. This is my wild card number 2. I have Minnesota.
Okay, so you got this team in the playoffs.
Yeah, so I put 4 and 4 for the Western.
Yep.
So my wild card 2 team is Minnesota. I think they're a little better than what you have at 6. I think they have some top guns and they have a good goalie. So I think they're a slightly wild card team.
That's fair. I can respect it. For me at number 4, missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs is Utah.
Wow, number 4.
I think Utah, once again, they got Sergachev. They got a new brand, new location, real fans. That team has gone so long in just like the small stadium, feeling like they don't have support. I feel like everyone in the lineup is going to be hyped to be in front of a full 20,000 crowd. And I think that they're going to have a really good season, just missing the playoffs, though.
Nice. My number 3, I have who I thought would win the Cup last year is Colorado.
Yeah.
Got Colorado at number 3, I think. I don't know, the other 2 teams that I have above them made a lot of good free agency deadline things, so I think Colorado's 3rd.
There you go. I got Dallas at 3.
Nice. Okay.
Dallas Stars went to the semis this year.
Probably should have went to the Cup. Actually, they were my choice, actually. I don't even think it was Colorado. I think I chose Dallas.
There you go. They won the conference in the regular season for the West. I don't know. Jamie Benn's getting older. Tyler Sagan's getting older. I feel like that another loss in the Stanley Cup semifinals hurts them. And they're going to make the playoffs. They're still good. I just don't think they're going to go and win the conference again.
Fair enough. My number 2, I have Nashville. I think this team is OP. Yeah. They have Saros in net, so good goalie. They just signed Stamkos, Shea, and I think Marchessault. Those are key guys. I don't know how Stamkos only got $3 million
from Tampa, yeah.
But I think they're a number 2 team.
I have Nashville at 2 as well. Gotta agree with you there. Stamkos, Marchessault, Shea, and Lindholm. They got Elias Lindholm.
Oh, really? I thought he went to Boston.
Nope.
Oh, shoot.
So that's huge.
I didn't know he went to Nashville. That's crazy.
Huge. Nashville's going to be an exciting team. I won't be surprised if they win that division. But obviously, at number 1, you have Dallas.
I do have Dallas. I think Dallas
Colorado.
is a wagon. They only lost Tanev, I think, which is still huge. But I don't know. I think you have to lose to win. Like when we won the C's or whatever, I'm just going based off my experience. We lost a fuck ton to get to where we were. So I think good teams just have to lose, like Edmonton. I think Edmonton's going to be good as well.
I hear you. Yeah, I put Colorado at number 1. They've still got a bunch of skill, and they're a really solid regular season team all the time. So
nice.
Gonna have to put them at number 1 for the Central.
Pacific.
Let's do Metro.
Metro
Division.
All right, the Metro number 8.
I think we're gonna have the same number 8.
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Columbus number 8.
Okay, I actually don't have Columbus.
Interesting.
I have Philadelphia.
Philly.
I think
even with Torts.
I think they got lucky last year because as you saw towards the end of the season, they couldn't win a fucking hockey game. They were in the playoffs and just couldn't win.
Yeah.
They are getting Mitchkov this year though.
Yeah.
Did sign, so I don't know. I just don't think they're that good. And I think Columbus just signed Monahan, him and Goudreau.
Oh, did they?
They got Monahan 5 years.
Damn.
And I looked it up. Lindholm went to Boston.
Really?
Yeah. 7 times 8. But better prove CP wrong here real quick for all the viewers.
What the hell?
Sorry, I had to correct you because that actually affects my choice. So.
Am I tripping balls? I swear I thought he was in that.
This guy didn't even know Monahan went to Columbus either.
I didn't know that.
Guy's recording a podcast, doesn't know his facts at all.
I thought it was on NHL Discussion. Am I out of my mind?
Well, they both do have yellow jerseys.
Yeah, maybe.
They're just blind. Oh, yeah.
I'm probably blind. Well, my apologies.
Anyways, I still have Nashville at 2.
That does, yeah, me too.
So for my number 7, I actually have Columbus.
Columbus at 7.
I think they're better than Philly. Oh, sorry, you were supposed to go first, but I went first. Yeah. Number 7, yeah, I think Columbus is just they're a bad team, but
irrelevant.
But I think they beat out Philly.
They got to trade Line. My number 7. This is a wild pick, but I think I'm going to be right. By the time April rolls around, when the season's over, Carolina Hurricanes number 7. These guys.
Wow.
These guys lost basically everybody in free agency.
Who'd they lose, CP? Educate me, CP.
Brady Shea.
Okay.
Teuvo Teravainen.
Who'd he go to?
Chicago.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
They lost Pesci. They're about to lose Natchez. That's about to come up.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I think that they're in trouble.
Their goalies suck.
Freddie's
awful.
I think that Carolina is in some deep trouble, and they got to do something.
Gensel?
They lost Gensel too.
They don't even have Gensel. They have fucking nobody on their team anymore. What free agents did they sign? Nobody.
Yeah.
Signed Martin Hook. Fucking waste of time. Waste of time in the NHL.
So
what a ballsy pick by CP.
So I'm going Carolina at 7. Number 6, I got the Flyers. You got them at 8. I got them at 6. I got them missing the playoffs as well.
Fair enough.
Even though as much as I love Torts, Michkov's coming in. I liked their season last year. I think it's going to be a bit of a drop off. I don't think that they got what it takes, unfortunately.
Fair enough. My number 6 is a team that actually I think went the most quiet I've ever seen, the Islanders. They never make a move at the deadline. They don't do shit anywhere. And their goalie saves them every other game. So
yeah,
I have them at 6.
Yeah, Islanders need some spice. I got them at 5. And obviously, I'm missing the playoffs too. Unfortunately, I like their style of play. It's just this is a competitive league. There's too much skill for you to be going around thinking we have team spirit. Whatever, I don't know. Whatever the Islanders have, they just don't have it.
I couldn't agree more. My number 5 missing, I have Pittsburgh. Just in my opinion, too old.
Yeah.
And did fucking nothing at the deadline.
Yeah.
They have the exact same team as last year, so.
Yeah.
I got them at 5.
Yeah, they're getting older. I got them at 4. Missing.
Okay.
Missing at 4. Pittsburgh Penguins. Crosby, love them. Malkin, Letang. These guys are getting older.
They are.
Not getting younger, not getting faster. That's for sure. I still think they're good. But once again, it's a competitive league. Guys are getting better than they've ever been.
Yeah.
So I just don't think Pittsburgh's got it in the tank this year. I think they're going to get close, 4th in the Metro, but not in the playoffs.
Nice. Your number 4.
That was my number 4.
Oh, was it?
Your number 4.
My number 4 is Washington.
Okay. Is that in the playoffs?
In the playoffs, wild card number 2.
Yeah.
I think Washington got Dubois. They got the guy that I wanted the Leafs to get, Roy, or whatever his name is, and they got another defender. I forgot his name. Chychrun from Ottawa. They made the playoffs last year as the underdogs, and VoV was shit last year, and I think he's going to be better. So,
yep.
I think number 4.
I hear you. Number 3 for me, making the playoffs. They had a tough season last year, but I expect the bounce back. New Jersey Devils. Young team, Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes. That pairing's going to be good this year. Nico Hischier's a young captain, and I think they're just kind of solid. I think last year was a bit of a fluke. I think they'll be good.
So you have Washington in the top 2. Wow.
I do.
Number 3, I regret doing this because I heard your opinion on it, and it makes fucking sense. But I had Carolina, not realizing they lost a lot of fucking key guys.
Yeah.
But who knows? They could turn around.
They could. They still have that reputation.
They do. So I have Carolina at 3.
At number 2, I have Washington Capitals.
I was gonna say they cannot be a number 1 team. There's no way.
No, but I think they've been making moves.
Solid.
They got Pierre-Luc Dubois. Not that he's insane, but they've made some moves. They got Mangiapane.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's greasy as well.
So I think that they intend on making the playoffs. I think they've made the right moves.
Their decor is Carlson, very good. Chychrun, very good. Roy, they got some good defenders.
Yep, 100%.
Could see that.
And VoV for sure. He'll have a bounce back season, even though he's looking fat as hell right now.
He is. You seen the photos? Looking fucking 300.
Yeah, literally. Who's your number 2?
My number 2, I just think the Devils are too good to be 2, so I have the Rangers at number 2.
Rangers at number 2.
Yeah, I think the Devils are going to have a bounce-back season with Keefe.
Yep.
Everybody that leaves Toronto is just turns into a god when they leave Toronto. You see Kadri win a cup. You see Kessel win a cup. Bozak. Everybody's just sick, so I think I got the Rangers 2, Devils 1.
There you go. I got Rangers 1. They President's Trophy winners once again. I think their skill is just too good, and I think that
they didn't really lose anybody.
They didn't lose anyone. Their Eastern Conference final loss should sting. They should be looking to get back into the hunt. And yeah, their team's not too old. I think they're gonna win the Metro again this year.
Let's do it, and then
let's go to Pacific.
My number 8.
You got 4 teams?
I have 4 teams. My number 8 is the SJS San Jose Sharks. I just think great players in their system, just too young. Too young. They signed Toffoli to a fucking like $7 million contract. I was like, holy shit, what are we doing? But
yeah.
And I always chirp my brother about San Jose. So
yeah,
number 8, San Jose. You have them.
I have San Jose near the bottom too, but I got Anaheim at number 8.
Anaheim number 8.
I just think that normally when a team finishes dead last, they don't normally finish last again. So I think they'll have a little bit of a jump up. But yeah, Anaheim, nothing great happening there. Zegras needs to get traded to Montreal and save his career, but that's what I'm going to say for Anaheim.
Fair enough. My number 7, if you draft 2nd overall, or I don't know what Anaheim drafted, but your draft pick is shocked to even be in the top 10 That is a terrible pick. Your franchise sucks. Anaheim 7th. The guy literally, I don't know if anybody saw this. The guy was shocked as shit. He didn't even know he was going to be drafted in the top 10.
Yeah.
And they picked him at fucking number 2.
3.
And then you go to Montreal and they get the guy who was supposed to go 1 with
Was he meant to be 1?
Or he's meant to be 1 or 2 with Celebrini. It was meant to be
yeah.
Celebrini, and then him and fucking falls to Montreal somehow. So
That's awesome.
And my boy Logan Sawyer was on. Shout out to Sawyer. My fucking boy got drafted. So
there you go.
It's always hype.
So San Jose, I have San Jose at 7. Ass team.
We just
Evan, your team's ass.
Your team fucking blows.
Yep. Nothing going on there. Nothing going on. They're going to be the next to get moved out of San Jose.
Yeah.
The Utah part 2 here, and it's just unfortunate to see. San Jose Sharks number 7. Good luck this season. I do like Toffoli, though. Former Hab.
Fair enough. Number
6.
I love Calgary, but they've lost too many people. They lost Markstrom. I'm talking about Calgary, by the way. I think Calgary number 6 lost Markstrom, Mangiapane. Their team's just awful. They have no decor. Hannafin's gone, so I think Calgary's 6.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to start a rebuild or something. But
I don't know what the is happening in Calgary. It's just so random. Like, who knows?
Yeah. They still got Hoover, though. That's their only chance. I got Calgary at 6 as well. So everything that you said.
Yeah.
They're not making the playoffs. I don't see it happening, but good luck to them. They're a Canadian team, so wish them the best.
Number 5, missing the playoffs. A bit of a shocker, but I have LA. When you re-sign Joel fucking Edmondson to the guy's making $4 million and was making $700K last year, and he's making $4 million on LA. So I don't know. LA's just a weird team that they can't beat Edmonton. I think that's 3 times in a row they've lost. It's even more embarrassing than Toronto, Boston, if I'm being honest. So
yeah.
They lost Dubois, but I just think LA's 5.
Yeah, that's fair. I can respect it. I have my LA close to 5, but not exactly. I'm putting Seattle at 5. I think that
Missing?
In the playoffs.
Oh, you have 5?
Seattle,
Pacific?
yeah, 5 in the Pacific. I think Seattle will get back into the playoffs. They signed Montour. I feel like they got someone else.
Stevenson.
Yeah, Stevenson.
Which we'll talk about that contract on my next topic, but yeah.
So I got Stevenson and Montour at Seattle. I think that team's going to make a push back into the playoffs. What is this going to be, their 3rd year? No, their 4th year. It's going to be their 4th season already. Wow, yeah. So I think they'll get back in with that team, and looking forward to seeing it.
My number 4, I have them making the playoffs. Wild card number 1, because Minnesota's 2, is Seattle. I think last year was a little unlucky. They added Montour, playoff winner, Stevenson, who won it the year previous, and I just think they're going to get in.
Yeah, 100%. For me, number 4, we just have the opposite for LA and Seattle. I have LA at 4. Still got a good team. Drew Doughty, Kopitar, getting Darcy Kemper I thought was pretty good. Rebrand. So they got the rebrand going on. That could be exciting. I don't know if players care about that, but I could give them a fresh new look. Quinton Byfield's good. They still got Dan O. I think they're a team on the rise, but if they face Edmonton in the playoffs, they're going to lose.
Fair enough. My number 3, they lost a lot of guys, but it's Vegas. They always just squeak in somehow, and Mark Stone will go on the injured reserve by April. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'll be ready for it.
Vegas at 3 as well. Good team, kind of a ruthless team. Yeah, in the playoffs for sure.
Number 2, I think we both have the same 2-1. Kind of obvious. I have Vancouver at my number 2. They didn't really do much, but they're just really good.
Yeah.
And number 1, well, everybody knows I have Edmonton. They're just OP, and they just got Skinner and Arvidsson, so they literally didn't lose anybody and just got 2 playoff guys. So I think they're 1.
Did they lose? They didn't lose anyone.
They didn't lose anybody. They re-signed everybody and just added 2 good guys. So
they lost Fogle.
Oh, and McLeod. I guess they traded for that other guy I was talking about earlier. Yeah.
Fogle went to LA, I think, actually.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So that's another good thing for LA. But I think you can fact check me. I've been wrong already on this podcast. But I got Edmonton at 2, Vancouver at 1. Just for what the reason is, I don't know. I think that Vancouver's gonna have a better start to their season. I feel like Edmonton, it's not very easy to come back after such a devastating loss.
Yeah.
They might get off to a bit of a slow start, but Vancouver, I think, is excited with how their season ended. They lost in 7 to Edmonton, but Besser was injured, Demko was injured, and I think that there's pretty big potential with that team. So I got Vancouver winning the Pacific.
You want to do Cup champions?
Ooh,
I have mine already.
I haven't thought about it yet. Let's do Atlantic Division.
Okay, and then I'll say my cup, and while I say it, you can just think of what you think.
Okay, we'll do Cup finals, and then you tell like what the champion is, like who beats who in the final.
Atlantic.
I'll start. Ottawa at 8.
Okay.
This team is shite.
They are.
Okay, they're not getting better. What did they do?
This is our division, by the way, so we
Yeah.
can talk.
Exactly. What did they do?
They traded Chychrun for a bag of chips. They don't have a fucking goalie.
Did they? I thought they got a goalie. No.
So they traded away Corpusalo, but Ullmark,
They got Allmark.
which in my opinion,
I don't know.
Ottawa. I looked at it. Ottawa's like, the only reason Ullmark was good is because Boston was good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ottawa is dog shit.
Well, Allmark did play well with Buffalo, and Buffalo was ass, but I just don't think that he's going to be good enough to get Ottawa to the playoffs or even 7th.
Like he didn't even play in the playoffs. It was Swayman. So
Exactly.
my number 8. Now I do think it's Montreal. I do think they will be good in a few years, but I still think they're too young.
That's crazy take. It's crazy take.
Why? Who do you think they have in net? Who the fuck do they have in net?
Montembeault. He's good.
As a starter
starter.
one.
He's good. He's not.
We're in trouble, boys.
He is good. Montreal.
Your
once again,
decor.
You'll see where I have them.
Your decor is who?
But 8th is insane.
Savard, Matheson.
Yup.
Who's their first line? Caulfield, Suzuki, and who?
Logan Sawyer. Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slavkovsky.
Okay, that's a good line one. His contract is either sick or awful.
I think he'll be good.
Who's your line 2?
Let me look it up. I should know this. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, but
Because your line 2 is just
Josh Anderson.
he fell off so hard last year.
Okay, here are the lines for Montreal. Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Caulfield, line 1. We got Gallagher, Newhook, and Kirby Doc, line 2. Not bad.
Is that a playoff? Is that a?
Is that
I think they could be better than Ottawa.
Alex Barré-Boulet, Christian Dvorak, and Josh Anderson, line 3.
You just said Josh Henderson line 2.
No, I didn't. I said Gallagher, Newhook, and Doc.
Oh, sorry.
Line 4, Raphael Harvey Pinard, Jake Evans, and Yoel Armia.
Like on paper, it's good.
Yeah.
But the problem is, they kind of have the same team as last year.
Yeah.
Is your first round pick gonna play? Probably not.
I don't think he will. Mike Matheson, Caden Gooley, Lane Hudson, David Savard, and Jordan Harrison, Arbor Jackai.
Like it's the exact same decor.
I'm gonna be real. This is not a playoff team.
But you think they're above 8?
I think they're above 8.
Fair enough.
So at 7, I'll go at 7. I got Buffalo.
I also have Buffalo. There's the trade they made the other day. What the fuck are we doing, boys?
They bought out Jeff Skinner, and then they signed Jason Zucker for $5 million.
And then they go out and trade. So Matt Savoie is my age because I know him. I used to watch this guy. This guy's incredible. They traded him for Ryan McLeod.
Yeah.
A bag of Skittles. Literally a bag of Skittles. My number 6, or I guess you want to do it?
My number 6 is Montreal.
I have Ottawa.
So we just got Montreal and Ottawa flipped.
It's just self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Your number 5?
Number 5, I got Tampa.
Making the playoffs or missing? Okay,
Tampa for wild card 2.
Wild card 2. Okay. My number
So,
5 is Detroit.
Missing.
I don't think they make it.
Interesting.
I don't think they make it.
I think that losing Stamkos is gonna hurt Tampa.
I think it is, but they also got Gensel.
They did get Gensel. Actually, I didn't think
They did
about
lose
that.
Sergachev though, and Chernak's coming off an ankle injury, and Vasi was injured, but it could be better.
Right. It's
gonna
be interesting. Actually, yeah, I didn't think of Gensel, but yeah, they did lose Sergachev. That's a hit. I'm gonna stick with 5th. Yeah.
Your number 4?
Detroit.
Yeah.
I got Boston at 4.
Okay. Any self-explanatory? They get Lindholm. I don't know if that changes your.
No, yeah, they got. No, I'm gonna keep him at 4. Honestly, I hate on Boston every season. I think they're going to miss the playoffs, but they just prove me wrong every time. So I think they're going to get in. I think they're going to get wild card spot number 1.
Nice.
And yeah, go on a bit of a push maybe.
My wild card 1 team, number 4 is Toronto.
Okay.
Just think there's just so much noise going around with Marner. Like I don't know if it affects the team or not. I don't know how the leadership group is holding that accountable, but I don't know. I just don't think they're as good as previous years. They lost a lot of people. Yeah. They did get Tanev, but I don't know. That decor is pretty fucking atrocious. So who knows?
I hear you. For me, number 3, I got Toronto.
Okay, nice.
Toronto, I feel always finds a way to squeak into either that 3rd or 2nd spot in the division.
They'll get Boston and get same as usual.
Yeah, but yeah, I think they're good. I think that they're getting a little bit tougher now. They got Craig Berube, so I could actually see them getting into the wild card spot because I'm sure they'll focus less on like regular season success and more just try to build just like kind of a toughness culture that maybe loses them some pointless games, but in the playoffs, I think they'll be ready.
Nice. My number 3. I have Tampa. I think Stamkos got 40 and 40 last year. I don't know. I think Gensel, he'll probably be the same. Where they end up last year, I think 4th they ended up last year.
Yeah.
But they didn't have Vasi for 2 months because I remember playing fantasy without him in my lineup. So I don't know. I think getting Vasi starting because he's been pretty shit the past 2 years. So I think he might have a bounce back year. And then, I think 3rd's pretty good for them.
There you go. For me, in 2nd place, I got Detroit.
Ooh.
I think Detroit's going to make a push. In second.
Now, my question to you is, who is their goalie?
Cam Talbot.
You got Cam Talbot?
Yeah. Alex Lyon and Billy Husso.
So that's not a bad pick.
But, yeah, no, I thought they still got, I mean, their defense, I think, is really good. And I feel like they haven't really lost many people from last year. They got Tarasenko, too.
And Kane.
Yeah, they re-signed Kane. And at the very end, you remember how they were at the end of the season there, that last push. I think we'll see more of that team this year. So I have them at 2. Very high jump, but I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Nice. My number 2 is Florida.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup winners. So that leaves Boston at number 1. I just think it was Zadorov and Lindholm.
Yeah.
With Swayman and that finally starting, I think they're OP and going to eliminate Toronto for an 8th year in a row. So
I hear you.
That's what I got.
There you go. I got Florida at 1.
No self-explanatory. They're just OP.
Stanley Cup, defending champs.
They did lose a lot of people, though.
They did.
Montour.
Tarasenko.
Fucking, I don't even know who else, but it just feels like a lot.
Yeah, maybe they didn't really lose.
They lost
signed.
2 guys to Toronto. Stolars.
Oh, yeah,
and,
the backup.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
That's right.
That's 2 key pieces on the decor.
Yeah. So, Stanley Cup. What do you see as the Stanley Cup final matchup?
So, my Stanley Cup final matchup is Edmonton. And I actually think it's going to be a rematch.
A rematch?
I think Florida and Edmonton both get in. But I have Edmonton winning this time.
Nice.
So, if I had $50 that I had to bet on, I would bet on a rematch. But I'd bet on Edmonton getting the home side. I think they win I actually think Edmonton wins the President's Trophy and finally breaks a curse. So
that's some bold predictions.
Breaks 2 curses at once: 1, the Canadian Cup, and 2, a President's Trophy when they're not winning it. So
that's some bold predictions.
That's my prediction. You? I feel like you've been close at times. There's just too many good teams, and I would never have guessed Florida last year.
Yeah. My Stanley Cup prediction is for the final to be Nashville versus Boston.
2 yellow teams.
Yep. And I'm going to give it to Nashville.
Nice.
I think Nashville's going to get their first ever Stanley Cup. The last 2 Stanley Cup winners have been first-time Cup champs. You had Vegas win their first
Florida
in 2023, and then Florida in 2024. I think we see another one where Nashville picks it up. I think Stamkos is going to have a big middle finger to Tampa Bay.
Okay, you're playing the villain story.
Yeah, and Boston, once again, Boston's with Zadorov and Lindholm in and Swayman, like you said.
They're going to be good.
I think they're going to be good in the playoffs. I think they're going to make a push. I'm going to say Nashville over Boston in 2025 for the Stanley Cup.
Nice.
There we go. We will see. We'll look
come back to
at this.
Yeah.
See if we came close at all. Maybe we're completely out of our minds, but
for just could be bang on, could not be. Who knows?
Exactly. And see if you can get your 4th silver in the pool.
Yeah, that would that sucks.